Aaron Brown. Harry Wappler weather. Wayne Cody sports. This is Western Washington's local news leader, KIRO News at 11.
Good evening again. One man is dead in Everett tonight, but the hostages are safe. 2 police officers who were wounded are going to be all right. A third person wounded in the shooting in North Everett tonight also will be okay, but his situation is a little bit dodgier. We'll take you to the beginning of the story in a moment, but first to the hospital. We want to update the condition on all of the people who are wounded. Kevin Penrod is at Everett General Hospital. He joins us live. Kevin, what do you know?
Aaron, the first person that we want to talk about is the 19-year-old shooting victim who was involved in the incident earlier here in Everett this afternoon. When he was hit in the stomach with a bullet, and he was taken here to Everett General Hospital. Originally, he was in serious condition. He has undergone surgery. He has now been placed in stable condition. They've stabilized him. They say he's going to be okay. The 2 officers, Officer Jerry Mathis, Officer Greg Lineberry, both of them okay, hit by bullet fragments, Lineberry in the arm, Mathis in the back. We've got some pictures of Officer Mathis as he was let out of the hospital earlier this evening at Everett General Hospital. They brought him in first. He was hit in the back right over his kidneys. There he is in the brown jacket and the white pants, coming out of the hospital with a whole bunch of his friends from the Everett Police Department. As you can see, he's walking a bit delicately, hit in the back right below where his vest protects his body. He's going to be okay, as will Officer Greg Lineberry. Both of them just nicked, but the other person, the 19-year-old, injured, a bullet wound in the stomach. He has been stabilized, but they're watching him carefully. Aaron?
Is he considered out of danger now, the 19-year-old?
Yes, they consider that he is going to be okay. He is recovering from his bullet wound after surgery. Officially, the nursing supervisor here says he is in stable condition. That's downgraded from serious.
Okay. Kevin, thank you. Reporter Kevin Penrod. We've been working this story since just after 6:30 tonight. I guess we first heard about it down here at about 6:40. The beginning of this story is incredibly murky. The end is rather clear. We know how it ended. We're not exactly clear on what motivated it all at the beginning. We do know that a man rushed into a house in North Everett, and that's what started it all. Reporter Stacy Sakamoto has been on the scene since about 7:05 tonight. Stacy?
Aaron, it's quiet now in this Everett housing project just off Locust Street, but that's not what it was like a few hours ago. Right here is where all the shots originated. You can see the broken window behind me. Residents talk of drug problems in this neighborhood, but never anything like this before. Police say they do not have a whole lot of information on the man, although they do know he was emotionally troubled tonight. The 37-year-old man had barricaded himself in an Everett duplex, apparently the home of 2 women he knew. Police officers had good reason to expect trouble.
And that he was threatening to shoot to anybody and anything that moved. The officers arrived about the same time the officers were arriving. The suspect's father and brother were at police headquarters and reporting that he had threatened them with the gun in the 1000 block of Rucker Avenue about an hour earlier.
Some neighbors saw everything.
And as soon as he seen the police, he ran back in and hit the window and busted out and just started shooting shots everywhere. And I just hit the floor and tried to push the door shut, you know, with my hand. I didn't want to get shot.
A bullet went through the next door neighbor's window and shot my friend Alan Whalen right in the stomach.
Officer Jerry Mathis was shot in the back. Officer Greg Lineberry was hit by flying debris. The 19-year-old man who was hit lived half a block away. Police weren't taking any chances.
So we're just trying to evacuate as many people as we possibly can from the area right now.
In the end, a police SWAT team rushed the house and found the man dead on the floor with a bullet in his head. Aaron, that bullet wound was apparently self-inflicted, or leads many people to believe that it was self-inflicted because of where it was. Man was armed with a .44 caliber Magnum tonight. Aaron?
Okay, Stacy, I was having a little trouble hearing, so I apologize if any of this is redundant. Hostages, we had reports there were 2. What do we know about that?
There were apparently 2 women in the house with the man at some point tonight. Police wondered why the 2 women chose not to leave, leading them to wonder whether the women were there against their will or for whatever reason they chose to hang on there. So it's unclear at this point as to how much they were held against their will.
Okay, and I think I know the answer to this, but help me if you can. Do the police yet know really what started this, why this happened.
They don't know at all.
Okay.
There are people who speculate, but nothing for sure.
Stacy, thank you. You know, we're supposed to, in the news business, I guess, have all the answers, but when we don't, the best way to handle it is just tell you we don't know, and we don't know why it started tonight. When we know, we'll let you know. In other news tonight, the president is back in the White House safe and sound after a trip into cocaine country. The first drug summit between the U.S. and the 3 Andean nations went off without a hitch, without a security problem in Colombia. President Bush returned to the capital tonight after spending a brief time in Cartagena, Colombia, with the leaders of the world's 3 leading cocaine-producing countries. The president's wife, the First Lady, greeted the president at the back door of the White House. And it looks like Millie is there, too. In Colombia, President Bush proclaimed that he and the leaders of Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia had created an anti-drug cartel to fight Colombia's powerful cocaine cartel. The 4 leaders signed an agreement reinforcing calls for increased law enforcement, eradication, and drug interdiction programs. However, the agreement stopped short of allowing the U.S. to use more military might to fight the drug traffickers. We have much more to tell you about in this busy half hour of news, weather, and sports. A legitimate masseuse on the east side says she's being unfairly associated with X-rated massage parlors. Take that. And they're shooting sea lions at the Ballard Locks. Another season begins. And where's the other woman in Donald Trump's life? This program is on the trail of the other woman. That's right.
If I had a weather radar, you'd want to borrow it to spot her.
We will spare. Well, that's not true. We will not spare any expense on this
hardly.
one.
No, hardly.
But we're certainly going to look.
I have a feeling he's not going to spare any expense on this
and
one.
he can.
And maybe he deserves it. I don't know. But anyway, this is a calmer night than last night, but there are snow showers on the coast and a snow advisory out there. You could see snow showers in Puget Sound tonight, too. And if you get one, you might get a couple inches of snow out of it. And watch out for icy roads. It's 33 at SeaTac, but that's, of course, just 1 degree above freezing. Other areas have dropped below the freezing mark already. The humidity is high. The sky is cloudy. The wind is light southerly, and the pressure is steady at 29.49. Here's the almanac with our high temperature. 36, the low of 32. The normal day would be 49 and 39, so my ambition is to get our high up to our normal low, and I'll be feeling a bit warmer. 58 in 1946, the record high. 13 in 1956, the record low. This is how things stand now at 10 o'clock tonight. The latest satellite picture in close-up form shows the center of the low very close to the coast here, and all these big cumulus clouds rotating around it with the colder air coming down and back on the western side of the low. A lot of the activity, though, has moved south of here into the mountains of southern Oregon, down in northern California. If you're driving down that way, whether you're car or trucker or whatever, it is tough going down there, and it really has produced a lot of snow in these mountains, chains being required in the Siskiyous, and it's raining currently at San Francisco and 30 degrees at Reno, though they're not reporting precip. Let's check this low's position 24 hours ago, and here it is on our wider angle photograph. It was up here, and the reason we didn't get more snow last night was that the low moved slowly down the coast and allowed this air from the ocean, this warmer, wet air, to come inland and scour out this really dry Arctic air that we had over us. But there was enough snow, even if you didn't get any. Those areas that did, I think, would say, well, we had plenty of that. Anyway, this low is moving to the south. It'll take a couple days to make its journey, but as it does that, a ridge of high pressure comes in. Fewer showers, slightly warmer temperatures, but showers still in the forecast tonight, and I'll detail it when I come back.
The Mountain Ski Report is brought to you by Subaru, the official car of the winter months.
For years, we've been telling you how the four-wheel drive Subaru helps the U.S. ski team get to their meets early. Yet at the 1989 World Championships, the U.S. team was not the first to arrive. The Norwegians beat us, the French beat us, as did the Italians and the Swedes. How'd they do it? That was the year we lent them all a Subaru.
Smelly, rotten mildew stains? Try 1, 2, 3 sprays of Tilex against 1 spray of X14. In minutes, the X14 side is dramatically cleaner, without scrubbing. X14, it's better.
At
Richard James Realtors, we know the world is a lot faster than it used to be. That's why we're making a change. To give you a head start, Richard James is now advertising in the Thursday Seattle Times real estate section. You'll have the best opportunity to find that new home or sell your present home. Get a jump on the weekend with Richard James Realtors and the Thursday Seattle Times real estate section. Richard James Realtors, the sign of success in the Great Northwest.
The factory says they gotta go, and we're gonna do whatever it takes. At Heritage Auto Center in Kirkland, we must sell 90 Ford trucks. And to do it, Rangers have been reduced to $129 a month or $65.95. Your choice. Or save up to $3,000 on full-size Ford trucks, and they're just $239 a month or 9% APR Ford financing. $90 down buys any used vehicle in stock. Plus, there's no second sticker on anything. 175 trucks from $129 a month. $3,000 discounts, low 9% factory financing, and no second sticker ever. Till Monday night at Heritage Auto Center, where there's low prices and no pressure.
We have a snow advisory on the Cascades tonight for up to another 10 inches of snow. The snow showers in our mountains will be decreasing, even though they'll be increasing in the mountains to the south of us over the next couple of days. Now, Chicago picked up about 10 inches of snow in the last 24 hours, along with some freezing rain. What a mess. That snowstorm is moving into the eastern states, but it's going to be mostly rain because tomorrow's highs, in the east anyway, are still quite warm, though they're being chased out of there by some very cold air. 34 below at West Yellowstone, Montana last night, the Icicle Award winner in the USA. Here's our local forecast. Tonight, snow showers, and please watch for icy roads. They will be out there. 27 to 32 for the lows and southerly winds. Friday, scattered showers, some sun breaks, and most of the showers will be probably in the first part of the day, and most of them will be snow showers or snow mixed with rain. The highs mid and upper 30s. 5 days look at the weather. We show a slowly rising temperature, both on highs and lows. The precip drops out of the forecast really after Saturday, and Sunday and Monday look to be partly cloudy and quite nice, and Tuesday looks like maybe get some plain old rain again.
Well, won't that be refreshing?
Won't it indeed?
Thank you, Harry. Well, tonight it appears that Nordstrom's legendary service was free, and that, it turns out, is against the law. The company is on the verge of losing a major labor battle tonight. The Department of Labor and Industries ruled Nordstrom owes millions of dollars to employees for uncompensated work. So far, retail clerks say that the total could reach $300 million in back pay, a staggering amount of money. The State Department of Labor and Industries has determined that Nordstrom violated the state's Minimum Wage Act by requiring employees to perform extra work without pay. Things such as work-related meetings, delivering merchandise to customers' homes, and addressing advertising circulars. The state has ordered Nordstrom's to compensate those employees. This battle is not over. That seems clear. It is just starting. Nordstrom's issued a statement a short time ago in which it does not clearly, at least in our reading of it, deny or dispute the State Department of Labor and Industries. A difference of definitions has pitted City Hall against a Bellevue massage therapist. Even though the masseuse's business has everything to do with health and nothing to do with entertainment, a 2-year-old ordinance regulating adult entertainment could force her out of the office. Barbara Matt finds out what the fuss is all about.
She studied 500 hours and spent thousands of dollars becoming a state-certified massage practitioner. She invested months and untold dollars setting up her Bellevue business. So Surya Ann Gardner isn't about to give it all up easily.
So rather than pushing and pressing, I pull right now on the muscles. Just stretch them all a little bit.
What Gardner is doing for Mark Bacon has to do with health, but the city defines Surya's business as adult entertainment. In Bellevue, adult entertainment businesses can't be too close together, but a few steps down the street is an adult bookstore. So something's got to give, and the city says it's Gardner.
The law has to be changed. The land use code has to be changed, and they have really to go forward and change the whole thing.
Gardner says people who bill themselves as masseuses but are a front for prostitution misuse the profession, a profession that is battling hard to change an old image. City Hall is going to spend the next week looking at this situation and then come up with some sort of recommendation. And some of those involved hope it will help refine the city regulations. In Bellevue, Barbara Matt, KIRO News.
No more Mr. Nice Guy at the Ballard Locks, but not exactly Lethal Weapon either. Will rubber-tipped arrows drive Herschel and his gang? of fish gulping seals away. The Wildlife Department came up with this latest approach to try and protect some of this year's steelhead run from becoming sea lion food. And to reinforce the message, the arrows are being combined with the sounds of the beluga whale, which sounds an awful lot like a Nintendo game to me. Officials say these tactics have to be used over and over again or they won't work at all. So they'll be out there with their bows and their arrows and their beluga sounds until the end of March in hopes the sea lions will go somewhere else. Despite another $100 million in surplus money, the governor is sticking to his guns and refusing to offer state employees, including teachers, a raise. The governor says there still isn't enough extra cash, even with the state surplus now exceeding $700 million. Gardner says he wants to save a third of that money in case the economy goes sour and spend the rest of it on social service programs, but no raises for teachers. The governor said today managing this surplus is a bit disconcerting, because the surplus raises everyone's expectations. Well, now we'll get to the Donald Trump and other woman story in just a few minutes. By the way, Dr. Ruth makes a cameo appearance in this story. No, she's not the other woman. But first, Wayne with the night sports. A big night for the dogs, a very big night for the dogs. That's coming up in just a moment.
We've got it right.
Right now is the right time to buy a Toyota Corolla.
We've got it right.
Get the deal of your dreams on the most trouble-free car in its class. We'll even deal on our lowest price Corolla. It's just under $8,800, a lot less than Honda Civic DX. Factory-to-dealer incentives can save you even more.
You want the best. We've got it right here in the Northwest.
The right car to buy is a Toyota Corolla. The right time to buy is now.
When Bob Hall goes shopping for beef, he doesn't just hop in the car. Sometimes he hops in a plane. Bob will travel around the state or across the country to find a better supplier, because that's the only way to be sure he's getting the finest beef there is. Now, if quality is this important to you, you don't have to go all that far. Just go to the one store that guarantees quality every day. Your neighborhood QFC. Quality Food Centers. Guaranteed.
The first thing you got to learn about being Italian is the use of the hands. Gabish?
Brought to you by Tony's Frozen Pizza.
A real slice of Italian life.
It's the big Dodge President's Birthday celebration.
The guaranteed rebate.
An American success story
Has been extended.
up to $2,000. Full size. Dakota. And for the first time, the unbeatable Cummins Turbo Diesel.
Ask about our $50 test drive offer.
It's the President's Birthday celebration.
Ends February 28th.
See your Puget Sound Dodge dealers now. Take a look at first. Now, take another look.
At Channel 7, first means KIRO Eyewitness News at 5.
First, with breaking news every day.
First on the scene.
Just a few minutes ago, they issued their first statement on
First, telling you how the news affects your life.
If you're asked to call your local Red Cross,
You can count on KIRO to cover stories first. Our track record proves it.
The best local newscast, KIRO Eyewitness News.
Okay, here we go. We're going to fly tonight.
You got it. Both sets of Huskies in action tonight against Oregon State. Chris Gobrecht's fifth-ranked Husky women's team, they spent the evening in Corvallis, and it was no contest. Washington squashes the Beavers 73-56. Karen Deeden had 20 points. Now, meantime, the Husky men did a gut check at home against 16th-ranked Oregon State, a Pac-10 leader. Eldridge Recastner led the way with 28. This triple had the Dogs stunning the Beavs by 15 in the first half. Crowd loved it. After intermission, State made several runs, but the Huskies answered quickly. Quinton Youngblood scores, and it's fouled at the end of a fast break. UW held a 10-point lead. Finally, freshman Doug Meekins goes with authority as the Huskies slam the door on Oregon State. Hec Edmonton Pavilion went wild. 66-57, a nationally televised game. Washington, the final over first-place Oregon State. What a win for Lynn Nance and the Huskies there tonight. Meantime, ASU coach Bill Frieder thought Pullman was a dump. What's he think of Tucson? Tonight, Frieder saw his Sun Devils get drilled by the 20th-ranked Arizona Wildcats, 71-50. The Wildcats continue to chase Oregon State for the Pac-10 title. Elsewhere around the 10, the Cougars lose on the Palouse. Cal upsets UCLA at Pauley, and the Trojans top Stanford 71-62. Well, the Sonics got their 5-game road trip off to a flying start tonight in New Jersey against the Nets. And the key to the victory was actually McKee. Sonic forward Derek McKee exploded for 31 and grabbed a season-high 14 rebounds to single-handedly lead the Soups past the Nets 103-92. At one point, he hit 8 straight baskets in leading the Soups to their 4th straight road win. Rookie Dana Barrows helped the cause with 21. Tomorrow, the Sonics visit Philly for a game with the 76ers. Elsewhere tonight, the Hawks, they topped Orlando by 7. Ewing outscores Olajuwon 33-13, but Houston crushes New York by 19. Golden State tops Washington by 6. The Lakers crush the Kings by 30. Meantime, more fire on the ice tonight at the Seattle Center Arena. The Thunderbirds, they left Moose Jaw Warriors helmets spinning as their opponents from Saskatchewan came to town. First period, Kevin Barrett connects on the slap shot. Birds 2-1 lead. Then Victor Gervais connects on a free puck, and it is 3-1 Seattle. The crowd is just loving it. Craig Chapman adds a goal, and the Thunderbirds skate by the Warriors 7-3. The Thunderbirds will now hit the road for 5 games over the next 2 weeks in the Eastern Division. Now, finally, if it seems like something is missing from today's sports news, you're right, it's baseball. Today at the training camps from Yuma to Vero Beach, Florida, the whistling wind and the clang of the lock chains on the gates, that's all that you heard. No popping mitts and no bat sounds. Spring training, the players are locked up by the owners. They met again today for 4 hours, but nothing happened.
No, it's going to be a bit yet, I think.
I think so. A couple more weeks. I'm predicting March 3rd.
Thank you, Wayne.
Sure.
Well, now, the tabloids in New York, as you know, are chasing the other woman in Donald Trump's life. And if the tabloids in New York can do it, by golly, so can we. And so shall we when we come back.
This portion of KIRO News is brought to you by your Northwest Chevy dealers.
Many of the people that have seen it say they thought it was $20,000 or better.
It pays to drive a winner. Get to know Geo.
I looked at Toyotas and Hondas. I don't think that there's anything else on the market that I saw that compared with the Geo for the style, the power, and the price of the car. I think the value was there for the Geo.
Geo Storm, now $99.05 after $800 factory cash back.
Get to know Geo.
They're being called the gladiators of the 90s, and they're coming to do battle in the Coors Extra Gold Super Challenge. Round 4, the AMA Sanctioned Camel Supercross Series, coming to the Kingdom. One night only, this Saturday night at 7:30. See the top riders hurl 70 feet in the air. Jeff Stanton, Ricky Johnson, Damon Bradshaw, Jeff Ward. Tickets now at all Ticketmasters and your participating Honda and Yamaha dealers. The Coors Extra Gold Super Challenge, this Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. in the Kingdom. The top guns of Supercross are coming.
With the Canon NP6650 copier from the William Derricks Company, we're convinced the satisfaction you'll feel from the Canon copier will keep you coming back to Derricks. We believe the way you will judge the Canon NP6650 copier is totally dependent on the way Derricks supports you as well as that product. It's simple. When you buy a Canon copier from the William Derricks Company, you can expect the best.
Expect the best. William Derricks.
A truly outstanding automobile dealership is becoming a rare entity indeed. Perhaps that's why Frederick Cadillac has enjoyed such success. Awarded the Dewar's Trophy for service excellence, the Northwest's premier Cadillac dealership stands ready to accommodate your needs through the 1990s. And now, if you've ever owned a Cadillac, you may receive a $1,500 rebate or financing as low as 5.9% on over 100 cars ready for immediate delivery. Just some of the reasons why. In Seattle, Frederick is Cadillac.
Usually we end these broadcasts on a lighter note, a silly story of no importance really, a chicken or a duck, but not tonight. Tonight we tackle the real story of the week, not Mandela, not German reunification. No, tonight we do Trump. Oh, sure, everybody is doing stories about the impending divorce, but we're going to take a harder look. We look for the other woman, assumed to be 26-year-old model Marla Maples. Some of you highbrows in the audience may not think this is news, but Maury Povich assures me it is, and he should know. He's married to Connie Chung. So here's tonight's Trump Report.
Here she is, high school honor graduate, basketball player, homecoming queen, and now allegedly the woman who stole Donald Trump's heart and broke up the most famous couple in New York.
Do you think that if you would have counseled them, they could have stayed together?
I should hope so, yes. That I should hope so.
The alleged other woman is Georgia's own Marla Maples,
26, tall and blonde. Marla's acting ambition eventually brought her to New York, where she started making high-profile friends like Donald Trump. There are reports she and Donald met at and later attended the Marble Collegiate Church on Fifth Avenue, the same church where Donald and Ivana were married. Maples has hidden from reporters since the Trump bust-up exploded on the front pages, and everyone is wondering, where's Marla?
Ah, where indeed. Rumor has it, and at this point in the show, rumor is appropriate, that she's staying somewhere in Manhattan, not at Trump's Plaza, perhaps the Waldorf Towers, and perhaps only Donald knows for sure. Aren't you glad we told you that, Wayne?
Wow, how can I follow that? But I'll try. Sonics in Philadelphia tomorrow night to play the 76ers. That didn't match up, Harry.
Well, I'd watch out, especially for icy roads tomorrow. There will be some snow showers tonight and into tomorrow.
That's all for tonight. Thanks for being here. We're all back tomorrow. Who knows with what? See you then.
If you have a news tip, call the KIRO hotline toll free 1-800-547-6847. That's 1-800-KIRO-TIP.